Welcome everyone. I'm excited to welcome you to today's presentation. We'll be exploring the fascinating stories of Prophets Ibrahim and Ismail. On this first slide, you see the title, The Stories of Prophets Ibrahim and Ismail. Throughout this session, we'll take a closer look at their lives, their sacrifices, and the lessons we can learn from them. Let's get started. Prophet Ibrahim and his son, Prophet Ismail, are both mentioned in the Quran, highlighting their importance in Islamic teachings. In fact, there are over 124,000 prophets, or PBUT, in Islam who were sent by Allah to guide humanity. Out of these, around 25 are specifically mentioned in the Quran, giving us a glimpse into their stories and lessons. The Quran is the holy book of Islam, and it teaches us that Allah sent many prophets to help guide us on the right path. Islam is a monotheistic religion, meaning Muslims believe in only one God, Allah. This belief in one God is central to our faith and unites all Muslims worldwide. When we talk about Islam and the prophets, it's important to understand that these prophets were sent by Allah to lead us, to teach us about faith, morality, and how to live a righteous life. Their stories and teachings are integral to understanding our religion and our relationship with Allah. We learn about this in RE. PBUH stands for Peace Be Upon Him. Muslims say Peace Be Upon Him, or Alayhi as-Salam after mentioning the names of the prophets. This is a way to show respect for Allah's messengers. It's a special phrase that reminds us of the prophet's important role and how we should honor them. So, whenever you see PBUH after a prophet's name, remember it's a sign of respect and a way to send blessings. It connects to the overall theme of showing reverence and kindness in our faith. Let's talk about Prophet Ibrahim, or as he's known in Judeo-Christian traditions, Abraham. These religions share core beliefs rooted in the Old Testament, which is why you'll see many common stories and values. One of the key concepts here is monotheism, the belief in one God, which is central to all three faiths, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. In Islamic tradition, Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, is especially significant because of the important stories involving his son, Prophet Ismail, PBUH. These stories highlight his unwavering faith and obedience to God. Because of these shared beliefs and stories, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are often called the Abrahamic religions, showing how they are connected through Prophet Ibrahim's legacy. He is believed to have played a foundational role in shaping these religions into the monotheistic faiths we know today. And in Judeo-Christian tradition, he's also known as Abraham, a name that echoes through history as a symbol of faith and devotion. So, Prophet Ibrahim's life and teachings are a vital link that helps us understand the common roots of these three major religions. Let's talk about Prophet Ismail, PBUH, a central figure in the story of Eid Al-Adha. There are two major stories that really shaped the prophethood of Prophet Ibrahim and his son, Ismail, PBUH. In Islam, we believe that Prophet Ismail was born around 1800 BC, making him a very significant figure in our history. He was the first son of Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, which highlights the special bond and divine purpose they shared. These stories are not just about historical events. They connect deeply to the themes of faith, obedience, and trust in God's plan, core messages of Eid Al-Adha. Understanding Prophet Ismail's story helps us appreciate the sacrifices made and the miracles that unfolded through their unwavering faith. Did you know, although there are no female prophets in Islam, many Muslims will say Radiallahu anha or right, Ra, after the names of influential females. This phrase means may Allah be pleased with her, and it shows respect and honor. Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, was always thankful to Allah, but as he got older, he began to worry that there might be no one to continue sharing the message of Islam after him. This leads us to the story of Hajar and the miracle of Zamzam, which is a very important part of Islamic history. Prophet Ibrahim's wife, Sarah, was also getting older, and she knew it would be very difficult for her to have children. So she kindly suggested that Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, marry a lady called Hajar. Remember, Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, was sent to earth by Allah to share his message, and these stories help us understand the challenges and the faith involved in that mission. Today, I want to share a very important part of Prophet Ibrahim's story. After Hajar gave birth to their son, Ismail, Allah named him. This naming was a special moment, symbolizing the blessing of a new life and the continuation of their family. It's also a reminder of Allah's mercy and promises. Throughout Prophet Ibrahim's life, Allah tested his faith many times. These tests were not just challenges, they were opportunities for Ibrahim to show his unwavering commitment to Allah. And these tests didn't stop after the birth of Ismail. Even after he had a son, Allah continued to challenge Ibrahim's faith, pushing him to trust and obey him fully. When Prophet Ibrahim saw his son, Ismail, for the first time, he was filled with joy. Imagine that moment, the happiness and gratitude he must have felt. He thanked Allah sincerely for this blessing, recognizing that his son was a gift from Allah himself. This story highlights a key theme of our presentation: faith and trust in Allah. Despite the difficulties and tests, Ibrahim's devotion never wavered. His story teaches us that true faith involves patience, gratitude, and unwavering trust in Allah's plan, no matter how challenging life may seem. Let's talk about it. How do you think Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, may have felt leaving Hajar and Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, alone in the valley? Hajar was left with only a small amount of food and a little water. Tired and exhausted by the heat, with Prophet Ismail, PBUH, in her arms, Hajar desperately searched for water. They walked for many hours, until Prophet Ibrahim suddenly turned and began to leave them behind. Now, this is a crucial moment. Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, was following Allah's command, even though it must have been very difficult. Hajar asked Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, why he was leaving them, and he explained that it was Allah's plan. Hajar, trusting in Allah, agreed and understood that this was part of a bigger plan. One day, Allah told Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, to take Hajar and their son, Prophet Ismail, PBUH, to a dry and empty valley. This story teaches us about obedience and trust in Allah's plan, even when we don't fully understand what's happening at the moment. Today, I want to talk about the Zamzam Well, which continues to serve millions of pilgrims visiting Mecca every year. It's not just a source of water, it's a powerful reminder of the story of Hajar and Prophet Ismail, PBUH. Imagine the moment when Allah sent the angel Jibril. He struck the ground, and suddenly a spring of water appeared out of nowhere. This miracle is a central part of the story and highlights Allah's divine intervention. Hajar was amazed by this sudden water source, but she was also worried it might run out. So she shouted, "Zam, Zam," which means stop, stop, in her language. This act of calling out shows her desperate hope and trust in Allah's miracle. She then ran back and forth between the two hills, Safa and Marwa, multiple times, searching for water and trying to find a solution. This act of moving between the hills is why Muslims perform sa'i during Hajj and Umrah, symbolizing Hajar's perseverance and faith. Overall, this story reminds us of the importance of patience, trust in Allah, and the power of faith in overcoming challenges. It ties into our theme of reliance on divine guidance and the enduring legacy of faith that continues to inspire millions today. Eid Al-Adha means Festival of Sacrifice, and it's a very special celebration for Muslims around the world. It's a time to remember Prophet Ibrahim's incredible act of faith and obedience. Specifically, it honors the moment when he was asked by Allah to sacrifice his son, Prophet Ismail, also known as PBUH. This story is central to understanding the significance of Eid Al-Adha. Throughout Prophet Ibrahim's life, Allah tested him many times, but this was by far the greatest and most challenging test of all. It required immense faith and trust in Allah's plan. The story linked to Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail is what we now celebrate during Eid Al-Adha. It's a reminder of absolute devotion and willingness to submit to Allah's will, even in the hardest moments. This festival encourages us to reflect on faith, sacrifice, and obedience, which are core themes in our overall spiritual journey. Although he loved his son deeply, Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, remained fully committed to Allah's commands. He was prepared to make any sacrifice that Allah asked of him. In this case, That meant being ready to sacrifice his own son, Prophet Ismail, PBUH. This shows us the extent of Ibrahim's faith and obedience. He shared a very important dream with Prophet Ismail, PBUH. In the dream, Allah told him to sacrifice his son. Ibrahim, PBUH, approached his son with great sincerity and told him, "Oh, my dear son, I have seen in a dream that I must sacrifice you, so tell me what you think." Prophet Ismail, PBUH, responded with trust and obedience, saying, "Oh, my dear father, do as you are commanded. Allah willing, you will find me steadfast." This conversation highlights not only their faith, but also their unwavering trust in Allah's plan. The key point here is that Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, was willing to obey Allah's command, even when it was incredibly difficult. This story from Surah Az-Zafat 34, 102, reminds us of the importance of obedience and trust in Allah, especially in challenging times. Remember, this moment is a profound example of sacrifice and submission to Allah's will, which is central to our faith. Today, I want to emphasize a key moment of obedience and faith. Allah replaced Prophet Ismail, PBUH, with a ram, showing his mercy and the importance of sincere submission. Imagine Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, blindfolded and holding a knife, doing exactly as Allah commanded, even when it was difficult. This act demonstrates absolute trust and devotion to Allah's plan. When he finally took off his blindfold, he was amazed to see that his son was unharmed, proof that Allah's mercy was there all along. Then, Prophet Ibrahim, PBUH, took Prophet Ismail, PBUH, to Mount Arafat, preparing for the sacrifice. But out of compassion and not wanting to see his son suffer, he blindfolded himself again and raised the knife, trusting Allah completely. This story highlights the importance of obedience, complete trust in Allah's wisdom, and the concept that true faith often involves sacrifice. It connects to the larger message of our presentation, that submission to Allah's will brings mercy, blessings, and ultimately, His favor. This story really reminds us of the importance of trusting in Allah. It shows us how faith and reliance on Him can help us navigate difficult times. So, what is the moral of this story? Well, it's that no matter what challenges we face, we should always turn to Allah with full trust and confidence. This aligns perfectly with the overall theme of our presentation, which emphasizes faith as the foundation of a strong and resilient life. Remember, trusting in Allah isn't just about saying it. It's about truly believing that He knows what's best for us and having patience and gratitude along the way. That's the key takeaway from this story and a vital lesson for us all. On Eid Al-Adha, Muslims often pay a butcher to sacrifice an animal on their behalf. The meat from this sacrifice is then distributed to those who are most in need, emphasizing the importance of charity and community support. This act of sacrifice is a reflection of the story of Prophet Ibrahim, also known as Abraham, who was willing to sacrifice his son as an act of obedience to God. This event is known as Qurbani, which means sacrifice. Every year, Muslims remember this powerful story during Eid Al-Adha, reinforcing values of devotion, obedience, and compassion. Celebrating Eid Al-Adha is not just about the sacrifice itself, but also about remembering these profound lessons and demonstrating kindness to others. Over a few months, they built the Kaaba. It was a simple rectangular building made of stone and wood. Allah had commanded Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail, peace be upon them, to establish a central point where all Muslims could worship in the same direction. This was very important because it provided a unifying focal point for worship. Finally, Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail, peace be upon them, played a crucial role in the construction of the Kaaba, fulfilling Allah's command. Establishing the Kaaba was not just about building a structure. It was about creating a spiritual center that would bring people together in worship, reflecting the core theme of unity in Islam. Until this day, every year, millions of Muslims undertake a sacred journey to Mecca. It's a profound act of faith and devotion. When they arrive and see the Kaaba, they engage in special prayers and take time to reflect on the stories of the prophets Ibrahim and Ismail, peace be upon them. The Kaaba is located inside Masjid al-Haram, which is regarded as the holiest site in Islam. This place holds immense spiritual significance, symbolizing unity and devotion among Muslims worldwide. It connects the entire Muslim community through shared faith and tradition, emphasizing the importance of obedience and trust in God's guidance. Finally, if Muslims are obedient to Allah and follow the path He has set out for them, by following the Quran and the teachings of the prophets, this will serve them well in this life and the hereafter. Secondly, Muslims are taught that nothing in this world is more important than Allah. Firstly, Muslims are reminded to have faith in Allah the way Prophet Ibrahim always trusted Allah's plan. The stories of Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail hold many important lessons for Muslims. So, what does the story of Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail teach us? It teaches us about complete trust and obedience to Allah, even in difficult times. It reminds us that sacrifice and patience are essential parts of faith. And it shows us how Allah's mercy and guidance are always there for those who turn to Him sincerely. These stories are powerful examples that connect deeply with our overall message. Trusting Allah and following His guidance leads to success both in this world and the next. Now, for this activity slide, I want you to think about some meaningful questions. These questions could relate to the miracle of Zamzam, which is such a powerful symbol of faith and divine mercy. Or they might be about Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice, which teaches us about obedience and trust in Allah. Alternatively, questions could focus on the construction of the Kaaba, emphasizing its significance as the house of Allah and a central point of worship for Muslims worldwide. Now that you've learned about Prophet Ibrahim and Prophet Ismail, peace be upon them, I want you to imagine that you could ask them 5 questions. Think about what you would want to know most from their stories. This exercise helps us connect more deeply with their experiences and the lessons they teach us. So, as you reflect, consider how these questions deepen your understanding of their sacrifices, faith, and devotion. This activity ties into the overall theme of our presentation, which is about understanding the importance of faith and obedience in our lives through the stories of these prophets. It's not just about recalling facts, but about internalizing the lessons and applying them in our own journeys. Now, I want you to take your exercise book and draw around your hand. Once you've done that, inside each finger, I want you to answer some important questions. Starting with the little finger, can you tell me the name of the festivals Muslims celebrate to remember Prophet Ibrahim's sacrifice? These festivals are called Eid Al-Adha, and they remind us of the importance of faith and obedience to God. Moving to the ring finger, what did Allah replace Prophet Ismail's sacrifice with? That's right, Allah replaced it with a ram, which shows the mercy of Allah and how He provides a substitute when we are obedient. Next, on the middle finger, why did Prophet Ibrahim leave Hajar and Prophet Ismail in the valley? He did this because Allah commanded him to test his faith, and it was also a way to teach us about trust and reliance on Allah's plan. On the index finger, do you remember the name of Prophet Ismail's mother? Yes, her name was Hajar. She played a very important role in supporting Prophet Ibrahim and caring for Ismail. Finally, on the thumb, what does monotheism mean? It means believing in only one God, which is a central belief in Islam that unites all Muslims. By doing this activity, you're not just practicing your drawing skills, but also reinforcing some key stories and concepts about faith, obedience, and trust in Allah. These lessons are part of the bigger picture of understanding our beliefs and the importance of following Allah's guidance.